Hello everyone, today's topic is a very important topic in pathology, which is anemias. So let's get into the video. So anemias is defined as a reduction of the total circulating red cell mass below normal limits. So when we found any patient with reduced red cell count than the normal limits, then they are called to be as anemic and they have to be treated immediately. Okay, so next is the measurement of red cell mass is not that easy. Okay, so anemia is usually diagnosed based on a reduction in these two things. One is hematocrit and the other is hemoglobin concentration. We know very well that what is hemoglobin concentration. So based on that, the red cell mass is calculated, and the other is hematocrit. The hematocrit is the ratio of packed red cells to total blood volume. Okay, so these two things are very important for the measurement of red cell mass. Hematocrit is the ratio of packed red cell to total blood volume. Okay, it's very important, just keep it in mind. The other is hemoglobin concentration. So these values correlate with red cell mass except when there are changes in plasma volume caused by fluid retention or dehydration. So other than that, it is very useful, but if there is changes in plasma volume, we have to go to other methods for the measurement of red cell. Next is classification. There are many classification of anemia. We will follow one based on underlying mechanisms. So that is blood loss, increased red cell restriction, decreased red cell production. The other classification is there, which is based on alterations in red cell morphology. Okay, a second clinically useful approach classifies anemias according to alteration in red cell morphology, that is based on the red cell size, and the other is degree of hemoglobinization. So these are the two types of classification. One is based on underlying mechanism, the other is based on alterations in red cell morphology. So next is according to alteration red cell morphology. As I told you, it is classified as red cell size, and the other is degree of hemoglobinization. So under red cell size, it is classified as normocytic RBCs, normocytic anemias, microcytic anemias, macrocytic anemias. The based on degree of hemoglobinization, anemia is classified as normochromic anemias, and the other is hypochromic anemias. These are very important and very easy. Just keep it in mind, it is very useful for you. And this is the picture which clarifies your types of anemias. The first picture above one shows the normal RBCs. The next to it shows the normocytic anemia. So the size will be same. Okay, 80 to 100 femtoliter. This is also 80 to 100 femtoliter, but the amount is less. See, the normal RBCs are more. In anemia, RBCs will be less. And see the down one, which is microcytic anemia, it is very thin. Okay, so that is the size will be less than 80 femtoliters. In macrocytic anemias, the next picture shows the RBCs are enlarged. Okay, it is more than 100 femtoliters in size. And the second picture shows the color. Hypochromic is very brighter one than the normal RBC's color, while the hypochromic, you can see it is very pale than the normochromic. So I guess these pictures are very useful for you to understand the types of anemias based on size and shape. Okay, based on size, it is normocytic, microcytic and macrocytic, and based on color, it is normochromic and hypochromic. So these are the very important pictures which you will be see under the microscope. So the first picture shows the normocytic. Okay, the size will be this one, but there are lots and lots of spaces are there where there is lack of RBCs, so that is normocytic anemia. The second picture shows the picture, that is you can see the very thin shape of RBC. You can see it is not round, it is oval in shape, so that is microcytic anemia. The third picture shows the macrocytic. You can see it clearly that the RBCs are enlarged. It's quite pretty, no, the picture. So next is normochromic. The down one is the color is so bright. Okay, the normal RBCs are very bright, but the hypochromic, it is very pale, and you also can see that in the center it is very pale. Okay, so that is hypochromic, and this is normochromic. In normochromic you can see the color is bright, but there is of course a lot of space which is where the RBCs are absent, so obviously it is normochromic anemias. So here it is hypochromic anemia, the color is pale, and also there are lots of space which shows the absence of RBCs. So there are two important anemias based on this classification, which is microcytic hypochromic anemia is the first one. It is caused when there is disorders of hemoglobin synthesis. Okay, disorders of hemoglobin synthesis causes this microcytic hypochromic anemia. Microcytic is the size is less, and the hypochromic is the color is also pale. Okay, you can see the shape of the cell, it is oval in shape. It's not, everything is not round in shape, some are oval in shape, so you can find that is, it is microcytic, and the color is also pale in the center of the cells, so you can find it is hypochromic, and the cells are not full, there are absence of RBC, so it is microcytic hypochromic anemia. The second important anemia is macrocytic anemia. It is caused by abnormalities that impair maturation of erythrocyte precursor in bone marrow. We know that very well. We know very well that the place of RBCs is the bone marrow. So this picture shows the macrocytic anemias. You can see it very clearly. The shape, the size of RBCs are very large than the normal one, and there are lots and lots of spaces are there which shows the absence of RBCs. So obviously it is macrocytic anemias. Okay, so that's all for this classification. The next classification is the one which is very important and which we follow, is based on underlying mechanisms. So based on that, it is blood loss, increased red cell destruction, hemolysis, and decreased red cell production. So about these classification we will see in our further videos. So next is the most useful red cell indices. Okay, that those are mean cell volume, mean cell hemoglobin concentration, and the other is red cell distribution width. We all know that the word mean clearly defines the word average. So mean cell volume, the average volume of a red cell is the mean cell volume, and that is expressed in femtoliters. Second is mean cell hemoglobin, the average mass of hemoglobin per red cell, that is expressed in picograms. The third one is mean cell hemoglobin concentration. So the average concentration of hemoglobin in a given volume of packed red cells, that is expressed in grams per deciliter. The last one is red cell distribution width, which is the coefficient of the variation of red cell volume. Okay, these are the very important red cell indices. This is adult reference ranges for red cell. It is the last part of our class today. Hemoglobin is in men 13.6 to 17.2 in men gram per deciliter, and in women it is 12 to 15 gram per deciliter. Hematocrit percentage is in men 39 to 49 percentage, and in women it is 33 to 43 percentage. And red cell count is in men 4.3 to 5.9 into 10 to the power 6 per liter, and in women it is 3.5 to 5 into 10 to the power 6 per liter. And reticulocyte count percentage is 0.5 to 1.5 percentage in both men and women. Mean cell volume is 82 to 96 femtoliters in both men and women, and mean cell hemoglobin is 27 to 33 picograms. Mean cell hemoglobin concentration is 33 to 37 gram per deciliter, and the last one is red cell distribution width is 11.5 to 14.5, okay, in men and women. So these are things very important you have to remember. Okay, and yeah, that's all for today's class. It's the end of the class. The question of the day is how the red cells are classified. based on degree of hemoglobinization. I hope you all know the answer. Very easy. Just leave the answer in the comment section. Thank you.